is, correct? Okay, so let's locate Finder. Finder is in your dock. The leftmost application is called Finder. This is how you find documents, files, images in your computer. So click on Finder and navigate to Documents, assuming that you have Unit 1 from yesterday in Documents. If you have it someplace else, navigate to where you have it. Okay, if it's on the desktop, you should be in the desktop. Mine is in Documents, so I'm in Documents. Everybody with me? Okay. Do we all see the settings wheel, like the gear wheel, right where my mouse is? In the Finder, do we see it? There's a settings wheel right there where the mouse is. There's a gearbox there. Click on that, and you'll see new folder. Yes? Okay, do we all see that before I go on? Okay, so click on new folder, and I'll call the folder, or we'll call the folder, pursuit-iOS-core. Or Pursuit Core iOS, actually. So call it Pursuit, P-U-R-S-U-I-T, Pursuit Core iOS, right? The objective of that folder is to have all the units, all your work in that folder. You could call the folder anything you want, by the way. But try to make it meaningful, that way you know what it is. You could call it iOS 6.3, you could call it My Projects. Well, My Projects is a bit ambiguous, like what's My Projects, right? But if you call it Pursuit Core, because you might, in your development career, use other resources, like Ray Wonderlic or whatever, for resources, so you might have different folders. So calling it Pursuit Core is great in that instance here. Okay, so I have my Pursuit Core, great, press Enter. So I've created an empty folder. Right now, we will control drag, or rather, we'll drag our unit 1 into Pursuit. So drag your unit 1 into Pursuit. Go ahead and drag your unit 1 folder, drag it into your Pursuit folder. Okay, so at this instance, I have my unit 1 folder inside my Pursuit Core folder, right? So going forward, anytime we enter a new unit, we'll create a unit number in that Pursuit folder. Unit 2, Unit 3, Unit 4, and so forth. Everybody good? Confirm it's in there by double-clicking on your Pursuit folder. You should have a Unit 1 in there, correct? Okay, so at this point, we could close Finder. We are done with Finder. So Finder, again, is one way to navigate the file system. What's the other way to navigate the file system? Terminal, right? Terminal is the next way to navigate the file system. The same thing we could do here in Finder, we could also do in Terminal. But now we'll go to Terminal. So open up your Terminal window. Currently, I have my Terminal window at the bottom, and I have my browser at the top, so that it's better visually for you guys. Okay, so at this point, we have our terminal window open, correct? Great. Let me clear my screen here. Okay, great. So we will navigate to wherever that folder is. If the folder is on your desktop, which again, I recommend having your folder in Documents. So wherever your folder is, whatever the home folder is, desktop or Documents, you navigate there. And the way we navigate using Terminal to a different directory is CD, right? Change directory. Space, tilde, / documents, right? Uppercase D for documents, OC. At this point, you could click on the tab button, and this is going to autocomplete for you. So if I click on tab, it autocompletes, so I don't have to type in the entire document's word, right? This is a way to quickly navigate Terminal using the tab key. And at this point, I'll press enter. I'm in documents. I want to see what files I currently have and folders in my documents. I will use ls to list all the contents of my documents folder. So type in ls, enter. At this point, it lists all my folders in my documents. And here I see I have Pursuit Core iOS. So all of us at this point should have Pursuit Core iOS listed in our contents, correct? Yes? Okay, cool. So let's navigate inside of Pursuit Core iOS by using cd. Here we do not use ~/ because this is not a home directory. This is a folder that we created ourselves. So we simply use cd space the name of the folder, okay? Again, the name of the folder is case sensitive. So if it's an uppercase, you need to start with uppercase. In our case, ours is uppercase P, so I will type in P, U, R. I will type tab to autocomplete. I'll press enter. And now I'm inside of my pursuit folder. I'll type in ls. I will see I have one folder, unit 1, right? So currently I have unit 1 in there. Yesterday we saw a command to list hidden files. In this case, I want to see if I have a get directory in that folder. If I have a get directory already, right, I do not need to initialize a next git. So we'll do that now. We'll type in ls space. Yes, sir. Yes. The hidden files, yeah. So ls space -a, that lists our hidden files. Yes, Stephanie.
I'm having an issue. When I put ls, it says I have pursuit core. When I put cd pur to get to my pursuit, it's saying it's not.
There's a space there. Yeah. Go to Finder and edit it. There's a space right before it. Yeah. There's a space right before the P. Yes, sir.
Let's say you clicked into the file after Pursuit Core and you click into unit 1. How do you go back?
Great question. So David is asking, how do you navigate back or upwards the tree, right? I'm inside a folder. I want to get out of that folder, go one step back. Let's show how that is operated. So currently, where am I? I'm in unit 1. If I go into unit 1 as David is, so if I go into unit 1 here, I'm in unit 1. How do I get out of unit 1 to go back, right? Amini? cd space ... correct? So cd space ... will navigate you one step back. Okay, so in that case, cd space ... takes you out one level. So currently, where am I? I'm inside of the pursuit folder, C in unit 1. Okay, so that's where we want to be. We want to be where it says unit 1. How do I know where I am? My present working directory, the command is pwd, correct? So pwd shows me where I am. I am in Pursuit Core iOS folder. That's where we should be. Okay? Great. Yes, sir.
I'm having trouble getting into Pursuit Core iOS. No such file.
Can you type in ls?
Okay. Also have a space in front of it here.
So again, a space is a character. If I name my folder space B, right, my folder no longer starts with B. It starts with an empty space. So be careful naming, right? Because every character, everything you type is a character in that name. Yes.
I have a question. So is there a special reason why you name off files with special words?
It's ideally works easier in terminal. Because if you have spaces in a folder, it's harder to navigate in terminal. You have to put backslashes and spaces to navigate. So it's easier either use some sort of comma case or dashes. Okay. Good
We'll
guys.
start with that.
Okay, cool. Great. Great, great, great. Mr. Josh, you doing okay?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so at this point, again, we were at the command ls space -a. That shows us our hidden files. ls space -a shows us our hidden files. Press enter. You should not have any .git. If you have a .git, raise your hands. Okay, so we do not have a .git directory because we haven't done git init. This is brand new. This is a new folder from yesterday. We haven't done any git init. We have no git here. So now we'll go ahead and we will initialize a git init by using git init. We'll create a local repository. So let's go ahead and type in git init. Press enter. So at this point, we are saying it's initialized with an empty git repository in that folder. If we type in ls-a again, or if you want to see your most frequent, your most up-to-date command, the last command you typed in, you could simply use the up key on the keyboard. So if you type the up key, it shows you your last command. You could keep pressing up. It shows you the previous. It keeps a cache of your last X amount of commands, okay? So in this case, I could now press enter, and everybody now should have a .git, correct? Okay, so we should all now have a .git directory ready to interact with Git. Excellent. So now let us go to our browser. Go to your browser and let's create a new repository on github.com. So go to your GitHub profile, go to the plus icon, new repository, and the name, we'll call the name pursuit-core-ios. Again, the names don't have to be the same as the folder, but for here, we'll keep consistency. Did I hear you already have it?
Yeah, I have a name.
So you could name it something different, something like Pursuit Projects, maybe. If you have a name that exists, one thing you could delete a repo. I will show you guys how to delete a repo on GitHub. We'll get into that. But you could delete a repo by going to your settings in GitHub and scroll all the way down. It says delete repository. So if you go to your settings on that repo, on that particular repo, and scroll down, let me show you. So if I go to my repositories here, and I want to delete a repo, for example, unit 3 here, which works perfectly, I want to delete this. Everybody with me? Whatever repo you want to delete, if you don't have to delete anything, don't delete anything, just play along. So if I want to delete, for example, unit 3, I made a mistake or I don't want to use this anymore, this is how I delete. I go to settings. Does everybody see settings here? You have to be in a repository that you want to delete. You have to click on that repository. I have a repository called unit 3. Okay, I click on it. I go to settings. I click on settings. I scroll all the way down. All in the danger zone. You see, it's actually called danger zone, right? Danger zone here. Do I want to make it public? Do I want to transfer? Right? Do I want to delete? You see, all in red, okay? Danger, Will Robinson. So, I click on delete. A lot of steps. Like, do you really want to do this? Yes. So type that repository out for me. Right? Confirm that you really want to do this. Okay. So you need to type it exactly as is. So mine is unit 3. The minute you type it, I understand consequences, delete this repository. Everything comes up bold. Like, are you ready? Are you ready? Yes. I will click, I understand. I think I do. And I'll press this big red sign. Look at that. Still ask me for my password. So I need to put in my password here. and click on confirm. Boom, it's gone, right? It's gone in the ether. Yes, sir.
You do need to work because you know how to do a rebox and you should work on such
That's a good question. I haven't really looked into that. If you push it, I don't think they'll retry. Yeah. It counts. But don't get to work like that, like push and delete, push again, delete. Yeah. It stays. It's history, right? Yeah. Okay, cool. Great. So let's go back here. So let's go to new. We're creating a new repository, right? That's where we were. I will go to github.com here, /new. Okay, so my repository, I will call mine pursuits core iOS, right? It exists, that's fine. I will call mine pursuit projects. Right, I'll call mine pursuit projects, that's fine. Again, all what we're doing here, identify if it's public or private. That's what you want to do. I'll keep mine public. Next up, we're not doing a README. So skip this step as it says here. Skip this step if you're using an imported repository, which we are. We have a local repository, correct? Okay, so we're not clicking on this README. Do not click on that box. You could put something in the description. Thank you so much, Sarah. You could. It's optional, but you can. Here I will say my pursuit projects starting from unit 1 to job search, for example. You could always edit the description later. You could also edit the repo name. Okay, so we've done the repo name, we've done description, we've selected public or private. We have not checked the initialize this repository for README. And now we click on create repository, big green button. Click on that. If you've done everything correctly, now you should have a list of instructions here, right? The one we're after is create a new repository on the command line. The command line is terminal. You see command line? It's terminal. Okay? Takes us back to command line interface, CLI, right? So terminal is a CLI, command line is terminal. So here, let's go back to our terminal here. I'll do an ls to see what files I have. I have unit 1. I do not have a README in my folder. So we'll create a README in our folder. Okay? The way we'll create a README is using the echo command. Echo creates a file. We saw touch. Touch also creates a file. Or helps you edit the file. But here we are using echo. That echo command we see there on that one line says echo space open quotes hashtag, meaning give me the biggest headline possible. Again, that's code. In the quotes right there, that's markdown. In the quotes is markdown, which we saw. We have a markdown cheat sheet. In that quote here, after the echo word, is markdown code. Okay? So the hashtag here is saying, give me the biggest headline possible. Headline 1. Space, the name of the headline. In that case, it defaults to pursuit projects. We could name it anything we want, right? But that headline, we could also edit it later. It's followed by 2 angle brackets. The 2 angle brackets denotes I'm about to give the name of the file. In that case, it's readme.md. What does MD stand for? Markdown. So I'm saying I'm creating a file named readme, and the extension is MD for markdown. Okay, So we'll type all that out to get used to it. Let me clear my, okay, great. So back in terminal, I will type in echo, right? Again, echo is a command to say, hey, create this file. Echo, right, create this thing. Open quotes, hashtag, space. So the hashtag again is the syntax for headline 1, the biggest headline. Here I will call it pursuit projects, close quote, space, 2 angle brackets, space, the name of the file. The name of the file will be readme, all uppercase. Keep it that way for convention, please. .md. All is good here, I press enter. I confirm that I've created the file by typing ls. I currently have a readme. We all should have a readme now, correct? Excellent. We've done git init, so we're going to skip that step. Yes? Folder, yes. So all that is going to be part of the folder push.
Okay.
Yes.
So now, like, whatever we do in that folder, the pursuit folder, is just gonna.
If we explicitly do it, we have to say get push.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Of that.
So Amini's question was, now we are in the pursuit folder. We have our unit 1 folder in that pursuit folder. Is everything part of the repo? Yes, it is. Okay? If you do not want to push it, then you don't add it. Right? That's where the git add command comes in. Add the files I want to push to GitHub. Okay?
So
All right.
writing files is not.
We could add folders as well. You could add folders which has files in them. Everything is going to go. Or you could add files individually. Very good. Very good question. So let's see. So now we will type in get status. And we've seen the changes. We do not want to push up the DS store. The DS store is something local to our machine that the Mac OS creates. So we do not want to push up DS store. I'll show us how to add DS store to what's called .getIgnore. Not today. But for now, we will only add the README file and the unit 1 folder. Okay, so we'll do those explicitly. We won't use get add space dot. Everybody with me? If I add everything, DS store goes up. DS store does not go up to GitHub. I want to ignore that file. Okay? All right. So in that case, we want to do git add uppercase R tab. If you press enter, it now adds the README to our staging area. I could type get status again. And now my README file is green. Green means go, right? So you're ready to go. You're ready to go to GitHub. I'm green. Next up, we want to do unit 1. Same commands. We'll say get add, uppercase U, tab, enter. Get status, enter. And now, yes? Yes, so get add unit 1. So now we've added the README and all the contents of unit 1. Right? All the contents of unit 1 is green. Everything is ready to go.
Is it not possible to add like readme and unit 1 at the same time?
Yes, you can. But I want to show you the steps here as we do them individually. So everything is going up. We have our contents.swift. We have our playgrounds. Everything is going up. Okay? Next step, if we're looking at the browser here, we want to commit. We want to say we're committing to those changes. Yes, sir.
Sorry, I don't have a DS.
That's fine. Don't worry about it. Maybe it's in the heading number. You don't have a heading number. Okay, you have a heading number. Okay. So it wasn't created. Yeah, but if you see it like on the status. How do you get out of the folder? No, I didn't add. Oh, get add. I'd rather you do that. Okay, so as I said, if you use spaces between your folders, it gets harder to navigate. So as you create your folders, try to have hyphens between them. Question? So go ahead and add it. So you add it by git add, uppercase U, tab. Enter, and confirm that. Avoid typing the entire folder name out. Have terminal help you. Start with the first name, second letter, whatever. Use the tab key. That way you are sure it's adding the correct folder, okay? So if there's any typo or anything, the terminal helps you. Yes? The get in it is to start the tracking. Yes, without doing that, we can push because there's no get in there. Exactly. You have to do get in it in order to have that get, in order to start tracking files to push. Yeah. Any other questions? Okay. So at this point, we're about to write a commit message. I'm committing to the changes. So go ahead, let's go to terminal. Git commit -m, open quotation, the message, the commit message you want to do. You want to leave something that is easily understood. It says your intent, right? What is your intent? What did you do? What action did you do? What did you do in the code? What did you change? So here we are adding our playground from yesterday. So simply you could say adding variables playground. That's valid. So we'll type that in. Adding or added variables playground. Lesson, no, that's fine. This is good. Okay, so git commit -m message, open quotes, the string you want to leave on that commit, press enter, and now you've committed all the changes. All the changes that we added, they're now here, they're committed. Okay, so now we want our URL on GitHub, we need access to that URL. In order to push to that URL, we need access to that URL. So we need to add that URL. We need to add that remote URL using the get remote add command. So here we will go get remote add. I just want us to type it for now. We'll copy the URL so we don't make any mistakes. But the basic commands, I want us to type it out. Get used to it. So now we will copy the URL, which starts at HTTPS. So get remote add origin. Copy the URL. So you want to copy the URL from HTTPS all the way to .git, right? That's the URL. You want to copy that. And go ahead and paste it in your command line. So it should read git remote add origin URL. That's it. And press enter. Our last command is going to be get push U for upstream origin master. What it says, set the upstream. So I can push. Set the upstream. Open the gate. So I can push to that URL. Okay? Git push -u origin master. Master, we said on Monday or Tuesday, is a branch. Right now, we only have one branch. We won't get into too much branching right now. But know that our main branch, we have a tree. the main branch we're pushing it to is called master. We'll see how to create many branches, especially when we start doing group projects or even individual projects. We'll talk more about branches. But here, master is that branch. One branch. You create a repository, it's defaulted to one branch. It's called master. So here we have get push. That's fine. Yes, exactly. That's what I want to bring across. There's certain things you won't be able to fully grasp, but for now, we're only pushing it to one destination. Think about it as one destination. But our airport could have, our map could have many airports. For now, it only has one airport, okay? All right, so at this point, I'll press enter, and my code is gonna get pushed up to GitHub. It's successful, it's on master, and now I'm able to track between local and remote. Right now, I have a bridge between my computer and GitHub, okay? So now we could go back and forth. So at this point, we will go to our browser, we will refresh. We could use Command R to refresh. And at this point, if all went well, we should see the heading of our README pursuit projects, which we edited. We should see a README, and we should see a Unit 1 folder, correct? Okay, excellent. If we double click on that Unit 1 folder, we should see the contents of that Unit 1 folder. I have a DS store there, I could remove that later. If we double click, everybody on the same page with me? Okay, if I double click on the playgrounds folder, again, you could navigate as if you're on your computer at this point, correct? So I'm in my playgrounds folder. If I want to see the code that I wrote yesterday, I will double click on contents.swift. Contents.swift. Again, Swift is the language that we use to write iOS apps. So if I click on the contents, I will see the code that I wrote yesterday. Correct? You're not seeing it? I'll come to you guys. I'll come to you guys immediately. Okay. So folks who are not able to see the units, we will come around and help you. But you should be able to see your folder. And if you click on the pursuit projects, you should get back to your home repo. Okay? At this point, I want to show us how to get Bool, because we spoke about it. So if we make an edit on github.com, we won't be synced anymore. Between github.com and our laptop, we lost that sense of syncing, right? We're out of sync. So let's go ahead and edit our README. So if we edit our README, so go to your GitHub page, right? Stay on the GitHub page. Do we all have a pencil? We all should have. That's our repo, correct? We all have a pencil icon? Okay, click on that pencil icon. And now we're in edit mode for the README. Right now, we should see in the quotes what we wrote earlier. Do we see that? Okay, so here we have headline 1, we have pursuit projects. Okay? I could edit that README. Go ahead and edit the README with me. So I will put a couple spaces here, and I will put 2 hashtags. So 2 hashtags is headline 2, and I'll call it Unit 1. I'll put a space. Okay? I will put in number 1, dot, space. I will type in types, variables, and logic. I will type in control flow. I will type in loops. And I'll stop there for now. I could always come back and edit later. So at this point, I've added, yes.
I remember you mentioned this, but why do you say that it becomes 1, 1, 1?
Okay, great question, Julia. So Julia is asking, why am I doing 1 dot, 1 dot, 1 dot? 1 dot, 1 dot creates a list starting from 1, 2, 3, 4. So when we commit those changes, on the page, we'll see 1, 2, 3. You could explicitly do 1, 2, 3 in Markdown. You can. But in the scenario where you want to move things around, now you have to edit all those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Say, for example, I want to move item 5 to item 2. Now I have to go ahead and edit everything. So if you use number ones all along, you're proofing yourself for the future edits, right? Assuming like you have a 20 list thing, right, and you want to edit it, it gets really hard to move things around. So that's why. Good question. Okay, so at this point, we are going to commit our changes, very similar to what we do in Terminal, but here we on a GUI, right, graphical user interface. Here we on a GUI in edit mode. Scroll all the way down to where it says commit changes. And here, when we do our get commit space -m, this is very similar. But here we have a GUI, right? We like GUIs, you see, right? What you see, what you get. So here we want to edit where it says update README. Update README is probably not enough, right? We want to say we added unit 1 topics, right? Added unit 1 topics, that's fine. So added unit 1 topics. So when you've done that, you want to commit directly to the master branch. Again, we won't get too much into branching right now, but don't toggle that button, keep it the way it is. And all what we need to do is click on commit changes. So we've clicked on commit changes, and now if we see our README, it's updated, correct? So our README now is updated with items 1 to 3. We will always come back and add more items as we are learning through the course. We could get more fancy later, where we could add links to our playgrounds, which we'll do. So when I come here now, I want to review my own. Again, nothing is better than your own writing or your own code, whatever you did yourself, right? To review, you come back here, you go back to your notes. We'll create links later where I could click on types, variables, and go to my playground. I push my own code to my own Github. My employer sees it, or whoever is looking on my Github, it's my work. I did not fork from the instructor, I did not fork from the IA, it's mine, right? People like to see your own stuff, right? Not like a fork from somebody else. Cool. And you could get your own things in there too. Again, the more content you put out there, the more you create in your brand. Great, cool. So that is on GitHub. But now we have a problem. Locally, we are out of sync, right? How can we confirm that we're out of sync here? Well, if we go to, the simplest way is probably to open up our project. Let's open up our Xcode project from yesterday. Open up your Xcode project. So click on Xcode. Go to the playgrounds that we did yesterday. Yours is empty. Go to the playgrounds that we did yesterday. Everybody has the playgrounds we did yesterday? We're not creating a new project. You want to open up your project, you go to Xcode, click on Xcode where it says Xcode. Go to File, do we see File? Do we see File? Do we see Open Recent? You should have a recent playground from yesterday. Do we see that? Yes? Okay, so click on recent project. Most likely you have one. Yes? At this point, you should have your playgrounds open. Yes? Anybody else not seeing the project? Everybody else okay? Yes? Can I get a yes? Yes. Okay. All right, let's do some edits. Not too many. Simple edit. Constants. Did we do constants? Let's do contents below. So go ahead and copy one of your headings here. Let me open that up more so we could all see. Preferences, font, and we said dark yesterday, right? Great. So go all the way to the bottom of your playgrounds. I'll create a constants comment here. So constants. Okay, that's enough to show an edit, by the way. We did a lot of edits already. Like we added the comments, we added spaces. Github already, or Git, sorry. Git already sees all those changes. But for practice purposes, we'll create a constant. We'll say pi equal to 3.14. This is a valid use case for a constant. Pi does not change, correct? There's no reason to create pi using a var, right? So this is a constant. A constant begins with the let keyword. You give your variable a name. In that case, it's called pi. And we assign it 3.14. Everybody with me? Okay. So we made a change. No need to command S. Xcode automatically saves your playground. It automatically saves your playground. And let's go back to terminal in this case. So go back to terminal. If you type in get status, look at that, right? So we have a lot of red here. We've done a lot of changes in our playgrounds. Those changes we need to add, commit, and push. Yes? We'll get into that. For now, just think about one playgrounds file. We'll get into the individual files. There's other files that Xcode has that takes care of it. We're not gonna get deep down there. That's, I like tangents.
One of them says untracked file.
We will be adding them. Yeah. Okay, so now let's go ahead and, if you have a DS store here, we'll remove the DS store. So let's remove the DS store if you have one by using the remove command. So rm space dot ds store remove. If you do get status again, it should be gone. If you have a DS store in your unit, you could also remove it. In that case, I want to remove unit1/.ds store. So I could simply copy the file I want to remove. In that case, I want to remove this file. rm space paste what I want to remove. In that case, I want to remove the DS store in unit 1. I'll press enter. I will do get status again. Still there, deleted, that's fine, it's gone. In this case, I want to do get add everything, right? We could copy paste all the lines here, we could do that, but let's just do get add everything. Do get status again. Change is not staged. Okay, we have a little error here. Were you guys able to add everything? Okay, on my machine I have a little error here. Bear with me. So let me individually add my stuff. So I'll add this. I will add. So I'm actually going ahead and copying each file to add. Get add. Get status. Okay, 3 to go. I'll add this as well. Get add. I'll add the plist file, which is also essential here.
You have to add the fact that we created, or
Yeah, I have an error I'll take care of offline. That's not the. Okay, so if I do get status now, I still have, okay, that's fine. I'll come back to that. So right now, what I want to do is get commit. The message you want to put in that case, my message is simply updated playgrounds. Okay, updated playgrounds, one file change. Okay, so I did get add, I did get commit, and now I want to do get push. So if you type in get push, the first time we did get push, upstream, origin master. After this, we only need to do get push. So go ahead and type in get push. And look at that. It says updates were rejected because the remote contains work that you do not have. Remember, we edited the README, right? We edited the README. Now the README version is the most updated. The local version does not have those changes. So I need to have those changes locally. How do I get those changes? Get pull, right? I get those changes using get pull. Get pull is very similar to saying, hey, download the thing. I want to download those changes. So we just say get pull. So no. So right now we just want to pull the changes. Okay, so now simply type in get pull, press enter, and look at that. One of the reasons why we needed to learn some VI, because right now I'm in VI. I need to get out. How do I get out? Escape, right? Escape puts you into what? Command mode. And what do you do? What do you type? Colon, save, and close. Okay? In this case, I've merged what's on GitHub to what's local, right? I've merged it. And now I could do get push. Right? So now I've done get push. My playground changes, I've pushed it up to GitHub. And I also have the README changes on my local machine. So now they're both in sync. So if it was version 1.1, now it's version 1.2 on both sides. Yes.
So question, did you have to, like, how you did get status and see the other files that were, like, why is it that there were files that were read on the local if it wasn't connected from GitHub?
Because we changed it locally.
You were inside.
The playgrounds.
Okay.
Xcode has a lot of different files that we don't see, but they're there behind the scenes. They were changed as well.
So was it possible that we could pull?
You can pull without, yeah, you have to pull first before you push.
No, I mean, okay.
If you do locally, question, Tiffany. So if you do local changes and you push, it went through, that means there was nothing on GitHub that was updated. Right? So now we could do an edit and push directly to GitHub. Okay? Great. We'll come back to pushing later at the end of the day when we finish the lesson. Like, we'll just push our work. Part of it is every time you're done with a lesson, you want to push your work to GitHub. Okay? And the same scenario, if you edited the README file, you want to pull first and then push. But either way, Terminal will let you know what's happening. Terminal is our friend. It tells us what's wrong. It gives us error messages. We could read error messages. We could fix them. and make the terminal happy. Terminal is happy, everything is good. So the more we used to it, the more practice we do, the better. So that is the end of that session there as far as editing, pushing, pulling. We're able to see that scenario. We'll see it more again as we go. Anna. I'll come to you. Okay, cool. So, great.